Okay, this is the VOLTHA FCAPS and Management Brigade call for July 20th of 2020. This meeting is being recorded. The recording will be made public on our YouTube channel. Please consider this a public meeting. Let me see, where is the agenda? So the agenda, point number one is brigade meetings are winding down. I think we've discussed this a couple times before. We're planning on doing one more meeting at the end of the month, assuming that gets everything wrapped up by then. That'll be it. Of course, if people do need additional meetings, we can continue if there's a need for it. But ideally, we'll try to wrap up at the end of the month. So with that in mind, let's start going through the list and discussing current status. So let's start with Deb Malia.
Yeah, sure. So for my patch set of BOL 3248, there has been some discussion with Ken over last week. So, he has given a +1 to the patch set, I think, and just now I saw Ken also commented on it. I need to take care of that one.
Okay, yeah. So you've got your +1 from Ken, and then from Kent we've got.
Yes,
well, good. They agree. Yeah, I'll read over this. I'll read over this later, but it sounds like this is moving along. So yeah, if we could try to get their comments wrapped up and get them get +1s out of both of them this week and get these protos in, that'd be great. Yeah, it sounds like this is coming along well. Anything else to discuss, Dev Malia?
no, nothing else.
Okay, thanks a lot. Next up would be Divya.
Yeah, hi Scott. Last week I have created a Jira for collecting OpenOLT agent logs, that is 3346. And I had discussed with Girish Gowda also regarding this OpenOLT agent.
And what was that Jira number?
3346.
3346.
Yeah. He basically suggested that we should run a Fluentd writer as a service on a physical machine, where it can tail the logs which are coming from the OpenOLT agent, and it should push those logs to the external EFT setup which we are setting up in the VOLTHA. So the plan is to run a Fluentd service on the physical OLT and collect that logs and push it to the EFK. So for that, what we are thinking is we can create some RPN or RPM or a DBN kind of a package. This package should have a installation script and configuration for this for Fluentd setup, and service, basically Linux service to run on the machine. I wanted your view on that. If you are okay with that, then I can start working on this.
Yeah, so the issue is creating an RPM or a DEB that would have the not Fluentd itself, but the configuration for Fluentd.
Yeah, means Fluentd. Actually, I'm planning to run a Fluentd binary on the machine with the configurations, basically, and it will run as a Linux service, systemd service.
Right. But I guess my point is there's already an RPM or a DEB for Fluentd itself. What you need to distribute is the configuration and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that one is coming from a TD, that is Treasure Data. That is a company which they are handling that, maintaining basically that RPM and Debian packages. When I go through their document, actually they are saying they comes with some pre-configured configurations, and then they might read a data, actually means some logs would go to them. So
Yeah, I guess the only point I would have is that, to the extent possible, use their RPM to actually install the software. That way we don't have to reproduce that. But if we need to create our own RPM to have our own configuration or our own deb, I think that would be fine.
So we can go with whatever the RPM and Debian packages which they have. We can go with that.
Yeah, that plus if you need a second one for our own configuration. I guess my point is let's not be in the job of packaging their own daemon into our custom RPM if we can avoid that. It's best to just install a named version of their RPM that installs the software itself. And then any additional configuration or service scripts or anything else we could install on our own RPM. At least that's my take on it. Does anyone else on the call have an opinion on that? Yeah, I wish we had David along, but I can send this his way for comment as well.
Then Scott, you mean we should have two different RPMs?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I agree this is the better way to do it.
You think one RPM would be better?
No, two RPMs would be better. I mean, we should keep their RPMs as it.
Yeah, keep theirs as is. Add ours with our unique value add parts.
Okay, you are saying basically we can use their RPM. If any additional configurations are required, we can put on top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, okay, I'll start working on that. And then I wanted to know that the OpenOLT adapter Go is going to release with the 2.5 version, or it will take more time on that.
I don't know how soon. This is OpenONU adapter Go you're asking about?
Yeah, OpenONU Go. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know how soon that's going to be ready. I can ask. I can put a note down to ask Sarov.
Actually, the reason why I'm asking is currently with the EFK, OpenONU adapter logs are not coming in proper way. It is a Python based, right? And the logs are, it's not actually giving what is the level of the log and what is the caller. All those filtering is not happening properly with the Python logs. So,
right.
So you want me to fix that issue, or that's what my concern is?
Yeah, my personal preference would be that all development goes toward the OpenONU Go adapter rather than continuing to do any work on the Python version. But I should talk to someone in the know about what the expected delivery time on that on the Go version of that adapter is. I mean, I would hope that it's in scope for 2.5, but I'm not in a position to say for sure whether it is or not.
Yeah, I mean, actually I spent 1 or 2 days on that, and I thought it will take more time, I thought. So that's what means I don't want to spend much time if we are not going to use this fix in the future.
Yeah, exactly. I would I will talk to Sarov and get a definitive answer on the lifespan of the Python adapter and whether we should spend any more cycles on it. But my intuition is that we should plan for the future rather than spending time adding new support to the Python adapter.
Okay.
Yeah, related to that, I might be doing some Python log work before 2.5 that might be applicable, but just looking at the timeline for the ONU Go, I would be surprised if it would be ready for taking over by then. It could be, but.
So what is it seems like you have knowledge on this chip. When do you think the expected delivery time on the OpenONU Go adapter is?
Well, back at the beginning of the year, they were talking towards the end, and there's a call on Wednesday where I hope to attend the call on Wednesday. But I've actually been looking at on our adapter, since we're still Python based, doing some additional log work, because I've done some log controller based work to get it a little bit more in line. So if it's not ready, I might be able to do some OpenOMU Python work for the logs.
So Neha, Divya, what you need is you probably need this output like in JSON format, so it's easily ingestible by Fluentd.
Yeah, or else we have to write our own not own parser, but basically I have to adjust that formatting and all that parsing
Right.
and filtering. I have to adjust with that. But for that, with the analysis, we found that we have to write our own config map, some kind of a thing. But I'm not sure whether we should go with that.
Right. Yeah, it seems like maybe it would be easier if it turned out we had to support the Python adapter, that we fix the Python adapter's logging so that it can output, JSON formatted logs consistent with what the Go components are outputting.
Yes.
It would seem like solving this at the source would be better than solving it inside of Fluentd and trying to parse whatever weird output is coming out of it now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes.
So yeah, let me try to talk with Sarov and find out what we should plan on doing there. Whether we should have Chip and Divya looking into logging inside of the existing Python-based adapters, or Divya, whether you should plan on moving forward with only supporting the Go adapter.
Yeah, sure. You let me know.
Yeah, I will ask him. I'll try to ask him today, and
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
So I guess I should find out if we don't resolve this. The problem we have is that the logs are going into EFK in an unstructured manner. All you have is a single log message per
Yes, it is
entry.
coming as a single log message. Yes,
Yeah.
for an entry. Yes.
Yeah, so it's not split up into the name value pairs. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I will. I'll bring this up with him as soon as I can. Anything else to talk about, Divya?
Yeah, and I updated that document, centralized logging feature with the David's suggestion and all. And
Sure.
About the demo part, I am planning to have on the 4th of July in the TST meeting. And I'm thinking,
demo on which day?
It's on a Tuesday, right?
Yeah, but did you say a date?
4th of July.
4th of
Sorry,
July?
not July. August, sorry.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering if I was off by a month. Okay, yeah, August 4th. That sounds perfect.
Okay, so in the demo, I thought we'll go with the authentication feature as well, because with the authentication feature, I can show that how to create a different user role based and how to assign dashboards, all those features. So
Yeah.
what is your opinion on that? It will be okay?
Yeah, I think that's great. I think, even if there's some controversy over including this stuff in official documentation, I think a demo is the perfect place to show off that, just what these tools can do and what a typical use case can look like, and that there are these authentication features available. I think it's perfect to include that stuff in the demo and let the community be aware of what can be done. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm all for being as inclusive of features as we can in the demo.
Okay, sure. I'll include that as well in the demo.
Okay, good.
And apart from that, one more thing. Sorry, I'm taking more time today.
Oh, no problem at all.
I started analyzing the Jira. 2946. You only created this Jira actually.
Should support multiple values. Yeah, I think this was, yeah, it seemed like this was a straightforward. So you've already started looking into this one. You don't need an explanation
Yeah,
from me on.
yeah, I mean, it's a little bit out. I have, you want, right now it's supporting only one value, right? Means we
Right.
have to provide a device ID and the value flag basically. Right
Yeah.
now, if I'm giving, there are only two values right now. That is the distance and empty. Uh, and if I'm providing a distance, it's giving me unsupported thing. Means actually, I'm not getting actual value what I supposed to get it. Uh, Have you tested this, and maybe if you give me some pointers how to test this?
Yeah, so right now distance is unsupported because I think we ran out of time approaching the release on getting the feature done. I think brigade just barely finished up doing the distance feature inside of the agent at the end of the release time. So we need to do the little bit of integration, I think, to plumb the value from the agent through into the VOLTHA API. So we'll actually need to create a task for that at some point. That might be a more high priority task than this one. So let me make a note on the ranging that we need
Yeah, okay.
integration task, because we do actually need to get the value plumbed through. So yeah, right now where we are is I think the agent is able to provide the data, and the adapter kind of is plumbed through to the point where the adapter gets to the point where it would make the call to the agent, but it returns not available or unavailable, whatever response you got. It's right when it should be making that final call into the agent to get the data, it returns a data or unimplemented response instead of
Yeah,
actually
means
returning it.
actually I was looking for that set ext value method also. Means I was not able to get anywhere. So means I thought means maybe I was not getting or it's not implemented. I was not sure. That's what I am asking.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the code again, but I could give you some pointers on where to look. So we've got to just finish that last little bit there where it does the call from the adapter into the agent and gets the value and returns it. So that, I think, answers part of your question. It really is unimplemented, and that it's returning unimplemented means that it is working at least through to volt cuddle, and through the adapter is just not doing that last integration step with the agent. So the other part of your question is how to do two different get ext values, and the problem is we don't have two of them yet. The only one we have is the distance. Empty, I think, was just a placeholder for not having any values, or not maybe doing a no op, or the response doesn't have any data, something like that. So I think empty doesn't really mean anything. So yeah, that's an issue with this ticket, is that there is currently only one value supported, so you can't really test getting two of them. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
you could.
means multiple values here means like we have to provide a like one distance, one device ID and one value, and second device ID, second value, like that, or
I was
uh,
thinking multiple values. So let's say there was a distance value, and then there was some other. I mean, I don't know. Let's call it voltage or something. I'm just gonna have to
hmm,
make something. So it'd be like one device, and then asking for its distance and its uptime. Yeah, uptime sounds like a good one. What's your distance and your uptime? Return both of these, because the get ext value API was
hmm.
written in such a way that it was intended that it could return multiple values. It's just right now we only have one value that it can return.
Yeah, means
So
I gone through that protos also. It has only distance right now. Means
yeah. So as new ones were added, that proto would be extended to have additional ones. So
so should
yeah,
I wait for this feature to come in place and then I resolve this issue, or?
Yeah, I think that would be one reasonable thing to do, would be to defer this ticket until we have a second value, because you really don't have a way to test until then.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I
sure.
would be fine with deferring this. So I put this ticket in just to capture that, you know, it hadn't been finished in VoltCuddle. Not really because we needed the feature, but just because the implementation wasn't complete. But it just doesn't seem like a high priority until we actually have two values and you need to get them both.
Okay, sure. Okay. Once that things are complete, then I'll work on this Jira.
Yeah, and I will try to ascertain the status of the distance feature, and I can create a new ticket for that to finish that up, because it does need to be done. And then if you'd like, you can be the one who grabs that ticket.
Yeah, sure. Means once I'll complete that OLT agent logging ticket, maybe I'll take it up.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
Anything else, Divya?
Yeah, that's all from my side today.
Do you know Rohan's status since he's not here today?
He has submitted a couple of Jiras, I guess.
Okay, so I will just I will look at Garrett and see the status of his patches, see if
Yeah.
anything needs to be reviewed.
Yes, it needs to be reviewed.
Okay, let's see. Next up, let's have Neha. Would you like to give status, Neha? I don't know if you're
Yeah,
talking.
hi
Oh,
Scott.
there you are.
Yeah, hi Scott. Last week, for some time, we were testing those log correlation related changes. So I'm working on 3196 and 3141. So currently, we have put it on hold for some time till then 3142 changes get merged in completely. Then we can test our changes on top of that, the complete changes.
Right. So these are all of Girish's patches. We got the VOLTHA lib go we got in, and now we need to do these various component patches. It looks like +1s are coming along on those. So 3142 goes in, and then you said which ones will come in after that?
So 3196, 3141, one more Rohan is doing. I think one Girish is also doing. So 3-4 Jiras are there, which are in pipeline after that.
Okay, so 314.
41 and 1.
So maybe they're over here. Volt.
Where we have to add the span related changes.
Right. Okay, and then 3196.
And 3196 where we have to add the gRPC
Right.
interface.
And then what about your patch on
For
there was
3261? It is still under review. Actually, some merge
3261.
configs
Yeah.
come. So when I resolve them, I have to upload another patch set.
Yeah. So yeah, we should make a priority of getting these ones, because they've been sitting here waiting for reviews.
Yeah,
For a
actually,
while.
they got reviewed from Kent once, and he has given +1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will make it a priority for me to go in and +1 those, and ask Kent to re-up his +1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we shouldn't let these ones linger like this. Yeah, it's a nuisance for
Yeah.
you to have to keep rebasing like this. So yeah, we'll try to get this one wrapped up.
Okay. Yeah. Other than that, I have started. I have taken 3120 on my name. Started looking for that 3120 in the meantime.
3120. This is read TP data from default location. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with this one. But yeah, it sounds like a great one to grab.
Yeah, I have started looking into this.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be helpful to get this one done.
Yeah.
Anything else, Neha?
No, that's it.
Okay, great. I think we have Girish. Would you like to give your status, Girish?
Hey, hi Scott. Sorry, I joined a late.
Sure, no
But
problem.
I think I'm okay. So from my side, I think 3142. I saw you merge that right on Friday. Thanks for that. And now what I did was I rebased the other patches for VOLTHA Go, OFagent, and OpenVolt. I can see I got some +1 on them as well. I think also a comment from friend. I will probably handle that comment as well. So I think we look forward to this patches to also get merged. But I'm not sure how do you want to test it, because these patches would generate some versions which needs to be used in the hem charts, right?
Mm.
So these patches would be merged first, and after that hem charts update I should do, or I should do the hem chart update based on the versions which I'm projecting for in these patches, and we want to test it together.
Sure, that sounds good. Yeah, we'll get these 3 in, and then you can submit a Helm chart patch that pulls all the new component versions and does any new configuration that's necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But you have tested these together yourself and verified that the system still works right? That
Yeah,
they're not.
locals I have done that, but what I will do is because after that a lot many new other commits have gone in, so I'll probably test it together once. And yeah, because I think all these patches has to be merged together, right? Hem charts as well as all these components, right? Because uh, in hem chart we have introduced additional command line arguments, right? And it is going to make them incompatible if we only commit VOLTHA Go. That would cause problem because the latest version would have additional argument which would not be in the current set of hem chart.
Well, these are actually passing Jenkins, so
Okay.
if all of your arguments are optional, maybe
Okay.
yeah, if they're optional, maybe it's fine. So you've defaulted trace is disabled, you set the address, and you've defaulted log correlation enabled. So I mean, I would think we would be fine to merge with those defaults in there.
Okay.
Unless you think we should hold off.
No, I think we can merge them. So, but let me test it out once, and I'll just let you know. I think I'll just test with the latest build along with the hem chart, and then let you know.
Okay, yeah, I will go ahead and review them. Maybe I'll even +2 them so that the hardware test runs on them. But we won't merge until we get your go ahead that you've tested all 3 of them together.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm going to make a note here.
And other than that, I continued on I think actually on 3197 I have created a work in progress patch for Kafka, right? Span changes, but I didn't work further on that. But what I did was I took up another GR 3236 in my name.
That was 32 what?
3236.
3236?
Yeah, it's a bug raised by Matteo where in the scale test he has faced some issue with respect to the flow request sent to a wrong adapter.
Yeah.
Okay, this is I think I asked for some log from him, but it looks like that Jenkins job has been discontinued and he's not able to retrieve the log. So I think it's going to be slightly difficult to troubleshoot. Because okay, there's possibly some piece of code, right, which is not handling the critical section in the right way, and somehow that got exposed in the field test. That's what I'm feeling like.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. This will be a good one to resolve.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow the code and trying to test out a few things. Yeah, but it will take time to understand and identify if there's any problem. But
sure,
it will at least it will just keep me occupied, right, while this the patches get reviewed and we move forward on the log query.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, thanks for finding something to work on while these other ones are going through the system.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all from my side.
Okay, that's all. Let's see, have I covered everyone who's doing active issues? I think I have. Does anyone else on the call have anything you'd like to discuss?
Yes, Scott, actually, I have something to ask about the event profile.
Sure.
Yes, I saw an alarm event definition in event profile, but when I checked the code, I saw that nobody used this. I think that this is changed with the device event in profile. So is this alarm event definition, I mean, should it stay there, or should we remove it from the protocol? Because the other day in the internal TSD meeting, we talked about cleaning the protocols. So
yeah, let me make sure I can bring up so I know which one we're talking about. So VOLTHA protos.
no, events proto.
It's not in the VOLTHA protos repository.
Yeah, in the VOLTHA protos.
Okay, yeah, and then we'll go into master. I'm still not used to the new Garrett version. Inside protos, VOLTHA protos, and it's which one?
Events proto.
Events.proto. And you think this one has become unused?
It's, some definitions in it, yeah. There is an alarm event type, yes, alarm event type and alarm event structure. You were there, yes. So there's a generally events structure which say keeps config events, device events, and something else I don't remember. But all things about the alarms and config events are done with this structure. But there is also an alarm event here, which
this one here
had been used. Yes, this one, I think this had been used before this event definition done and put into this proto. So nobody uses this alarm event. Should we use it, keep it here or not? I'm not sure. Because this alarm event, I mean, type and category, subcategory, all are same with the event category, event subcategory, etc. So
yeah, Chip, are you familiar with this proto at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I was actually on a call, so I missed it. But I did notice that recently I've started working on some of the alarms, and some things are out of sync in the VOLTHA and all.
Yeah. So is this particular proto, do you think it's obsolete? Or you would have to look?
I'd have to look. I know it's used a lot in VOLTHA, but looking back at some of the bugs I've noticed in some of the bit rot in VOLTHA related to device events and alarm events. I don't know if the Broadcom OpenONU Python adapter is using it, which means it may be stale.
Okay. This alarm event definition is used in some files in VOLTHA in alarm folder, but they are duplicated in event folder also, and these files in events folder, they don't use alarm event, they use device event definition in this proto. So it's also not something to clean.
Yeah, I was actually working on that on last Thursday and Friday, because I was trying to get some of the alarm management and device KPIs working on our adapter, and notice how stale the VOLTHA code was in this area.
Yeah, so I would be all in favor of getting rid of an obsolete stale proto in favor of others, because this alarm event, like you say, it seems duplicated. We've got categories, states and stuff there down here in the event header and device events. So we probably shouldn't have this one. So I think I would be in favor of the cleanup, as long as you're sure as you're cleaning things up that they aren't actually in use in some obscure place.
Yeah, if they're not used in the VOLTHA libgo, and I would be surprised if the OpenOLT is not reporting alarms.
Yes, I mean, I have concerns to remove this because there may be some other alarms different than the device alarms. I mean, if, for example, if any module, I mean, have troubles with KV connection, then how can it send an alarm then? It's not a device event, so it's another part of the discussion. But first, we have to clear that this is not used now.
Yeah, I think, I guess, like I say, my general opinion is anything that's unused, let's try to clean up.
Yeah, and Scott, okay, then I'm waiting from Chief. Is it correct? I mean, to clean this proto.
Yeah, if it is not used at all by the OpenVOLTHA adapter, you might want to verify with the OpenONU Go version, but I don't know if they're that far along. I'll make a note to bring that up on Wednesday at the OpenONU meeting.
Okay, thank you. And the same thing is also, I mean, applicable for the KPI events. There is a KPI event structure and also a KPI event 2 structure. What are the difference between them? Which one is used? I think we don't use the KPI event now, and the KPI event 2 is used now.
Yeah, I think I've seen that as
that
well.
We can also clean the KPI events, or clean the KPI event and change the KPI event to KPI event only.
Yeah, I would certainly be in favor of getting rid of the obsolete one. Whether or not you can rename 2 and take the 2 off of it, I'm not sure, because that would be potentially an externally facing change. Maybe somebody is actually looking for events that have KPI event 2 in them. It might be the case that VOLTHA actually does that with its event monitor feature. It actually does look for KPI event 2. So you may have to run around and find places where that name is used and rename it as well if you're to do the rename. But I think at the very least, if this one here is obsolete, I would be fine with getting rid of it.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sometimes we don't do the greatest job of getting rid of these obsolete protos as new ones are invented. So I think it's great that someone does go through and clean out the old ones, because there's no point in keeping them around if they're not in use. They just confuse people when they encounter them.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Scott. Thank
Okay, great. Yeah, sure. And thanks for taking on that task. Does anyone else have anything you'd like to discuss today? Okay, if not, then we'll meet again next Monday. That if everything comes together, that will probably be the final brigade call. If we need more meetings, just let me know, and we will keep doing them as long as they're necessary. And as always, I'm on Slack if you need anything. And thank you, everyone, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Scott, and thanks for running this meeting.
Oh, sure. Thank you.